Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben. Well, this is your Sunday episode. It's coming a bit later in the day, as obviously those that do know, it was my birthday yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to record it earlier, so hence why it's coming out later today. So hopefully you'll still pick it up and still have a listen to it, and I'll be able to tell you exactly what I've got up to this weekend, so stay tuned for that. So yesterday was obviously my birthday, turning 36. Unfortunately, I don't feel 36. It must be the fertiliser from the garden making me look young. I say that's why it's always making me tall, because I'm always out in the sun. Hence probably why I'm 6'5". But yeah, I had a fantastic day. I got a spade and a fork from my parents for my birthday. So they are really good and they're extra long, so it saves having to bend down to actually use them. So it's a lot easier to manoeuvre and hopefully dig with, so I'm looking forward to trying those out, because I've certainly got plenty to be digging up over this winter period. So we still managed to go to the allotment yesterday, so my plan was to start clearing away the front of my plot where it goes onto the main road, because usually in there I've got flowers in there, I've got some shrubs in there, and all them are dying back now. The shrubs aren't, but the flowers had all died back. They'd got to the end of the season, so I needed to get all them out, get it all weeded and get it all tidied really. And it was a bigger job than I actually thought of, because my shrubs have been in there possibly around 10 years or so, 8 or 10 years, and they're starting to get too big now. So what I needed to do was really give them a good cutting back, which I've done now. There's no leaves on them because I've chopped them back that much now. So hopefully they'll still get some leaves on them and they'll bush out a bit better next year. So I'm looking, hopefully, forward to them looking better and healthier next year. I've also got a lemon conifer, which when you rub your fingers on it, it smells a lemon and it smells absolutely beautiful. I gave that a trim back, so all I could smell yesterday were lemon, but it certainly looks a lot better. And I recently purchased some herbs from the pollen market at Sheffield. Those were lemon, herb, mint, there were chocolate mint, orange mint and lime mint, and they all smell absolutely divine. So I needed an area where I need to plant those, because obviously they're going to spread. Mint spreads like mad, so you've got to have it somewhere where you don't mind it'll spread. So I was thinking about planting them at the front of my garden, so I needed to get it all cleared. And usually I have all my bulbs in there, all my tulips, my daffodils, my hyacinths, they're usually in the front of the plot, so there's usually not much else in there really apart from flowers and bulbs. So I was tempted to start growing them in that area, so I needed to get it all cleared really. So we've got it all cleared. I also had some geraniums in there, which obviously you can't leave out during the winter time, so I grew those from seed myself, and they've done absolutely fantastic. They've bloomed brilliant. They're still blooming now actually, but they need to come into the greenhouse over winter so that they don't die off, and hopefully we can replant them next year, if I remember to water them, that is. So hopefully I will. So we've dug all them up. We've got about 10 to 12 of those plants dug up. I've trimmed off all the flowers because I want them to root back into the pots. So we put them in pots of soil, so they're all ready for the winter. So that's all cleared. I've got all my old plants out, I've got all the old weeds out, and I've also planted possibly around 8 tulip bulbs. So I've tried all different varieties in this area. I don't usually have many bulbs in this patch where I've planted them, but I'm hoping that they will come up nice, and I'm just hoping that Mr. Squirrel does not find them and pull them all out, because they were expensive. Tulip bulbs are expensive, but I do like the front of my plot looking nice and bright in springtime, especially for the bees, so I'm hoping they come out really well. So I've got all them planted, and then we've planted all my herbs which I purchased from the pollen market. We still need to plant some more daffodil bulbs in that area, and I'm possibly going to get some more tulip bulbs to plant in them as well. It's going to be absolutely chock-a-block of bulbs, this patch, so when it comes to spring I cannot wait to see the pictures which I'll be sharing with you all. So it's been a pretty busy weekend. I even managed to get down there this morning and finish it all off, so that's all done. So we need to get some more bulbs this week, which I'll be able to purchase, and then next week I'll be looking at trimming back all my raspberry canes and getting all them ready for winter. I'm going to be moving down the plot bit by bit up until next year, and hopefully come springtime it will all be tidy and clear, ready for the year ahead. So I've had a good birthday, and then obviously I went out for a few drinks last night to celebrate my birthday. Didn't get drunk because I knew that I was going to the allotment today, so I wanted to have a clear head, and obviously you can't drive if you're hungover the next day, so I only had a couple of pints to make sure that I was able and fit to get out driving. So yeah, hopefully we'll get the 7 episodes out this week. We're nearing it to get into the 100th episode. I can't believe I've recorded 100 episodes, and also they are going to be going out on YouTube as well, so I'm starting to get them up on YouTube, but it's going to take forever to get all 95 episodes up on there. So if you're wanting to listen to them on YouTube, you can also do that as well, as obviously I want to get as many people listening to my podcast as possible, and they're getting quite popular. So thank you if you're a new subscriber, or if you're new to the episode, make sure you do click that subscribe button, because then you'll get notified as new episodes come up, and usually they get uploaded about 6 o'clock in the morning, so that you can listen to them on the way to work, as you're getting ready for work, or even while you're in the allotment or garden, or you can binge listen to them all at the weekend if you've not got time in the week. So thank you for supporting me and listening to these episodes. It's amazing how many people are listening, and as usual, remember, keep gardening, keep smiling, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.